Good afternoon to one and all. My name is Sunil Kumar, Assistant Professor and HOD at School of Law, Lovely Professional University. It is indeed my pleasure here today to interact with you on the theme of cybersecurity. Friends, how often it has been the case that you have been stalked as in the virtual world? How often it has been that you have seen your spam folder really crammed with so much of emails that you do not know really what to do about it? How often it has been the case that you have been stalked by someone who has captured you in moments when you expected that you are in a private space, and that person is now threatening you with making your post or your pictures viral. Friends, welcome to 21st century. Welcome to a world where technology has really invaded our lives in more than one ways. Now, the big question is, how do we deal with such kind of issues? Law is there to help you with this. Information Technology Act of year 2000 and the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, previously known as the Indian Penal Code, has a category of offences like voyeurism, stalking on online platforms, and IT Act and BNS both punish several such instances. Now, what you can do, you need not be threatened by such kind of phishing attacks, spam attacks, or net scamming attacks, or someone who is trying to harass you through the online mode. You simply need to go to the National Cybersecurity Helpline portal and you register your case there with the details of your particular suffering which you have undergone. And the cyber cell of the police will get into action and they'll try to address your issue to the core. So law is there to help you. You need to make yourself more aware with changing times. And friends, let me tell you about a very interesting instance. Now, all of you youngsters out there, how often it has been the case that you have posted a comment online on Facebook, Instagram, or any other online social media platform. Social media is considered to be the in thing these days, but you have to be very careful what you are posting, the kind of language you are using in that particular post over there, because the law may pursue you on certain grounds. For instance, this happened with two young girls in Mumbai, Shaheen Dhada and Renu, way back in year 2012, when they innocuously, out of sheer innocence, they posted on Facebook that today Mumbai shuts down not out of concern but out of fear. Apparently, they had written this particular post on Facebook in the wake of the death of a prominent politician, and subsequently the draconian Section 66 capital A of the Information Technology Act of year 2000 was invoked and they were arrested. There was a media outroar following their arrest, and Section 66 capital A came into deep focus in front of the judiciary, where later on a law student challenged it before the Supreme Court of India, arguing that the wording of this particular provision of law is very draconian. There is no check and balance system, and the words which are used and employed in this particular provision of law are very vague and give unwarranted power to the police to undertake any arrest, and this is a threat to the citizens of the country. Well, the arguments was largely accepted, and the Supreme Court of India read down the provision and declared this particular provision to be unconstitutional as not meeting the grounds of certainty. Friends, it is one of the requirements of the law that law must be certain and should be expressed like that in very clear terms. So there was uncertainty, this was struck down. So we have judiciary with us who has always come to the rescue of the democracy and free speech. So even though there are certain protections under the Constitution of India, still the youngsters must take care that they do not personally defame anyone, because there are provisions where any individual can take action against you. You must behave responsibly on the social media platforms, and yes, do exercise your free speech, but in a very responsible manner. Thank you so much.